Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's flight. We're flying down the Americas, north to south, and today we're on the ramp here at San Francisco in Northern California, and we're going to head down the coast to San Diego in Southern California, just above the Mexican border. We're flying the A320neo today, and we are on VATSim. Currently do not have any controllers up at the moment. We'll see if that changes. And I believe Nick and Dark Fury are joining us on the flight. So why don't we jump on board and we can start getting everything set up to go. So first thing I'm going to do is start my flight tracker for the VA. And we'll get on board. Alright, so the aircraft is powered up. It's sitting here at the gate. We'll just grab our checklist and start down our setup procedure. So, parking brake is set. Flaps are up. Spoilers are retracted, disarmed. Weather radar is off. PWS is off. Engine masters 1 and 2 are in off. Engine mode selector is normal. Thrust levers are both in idle, and gear lever is down. Alright, so we'll come up top, we'll get the batteries on. External power is already on. AccuBrake pressure is checked. We'll bring up the lighting on the panels and displays. Hope you're all doing well today. And looking forward to the flight. It's a nice day out. A little cool this morning here, but it's kind of sunny right now, which is a good thing. Come down here, we'll get that one up. And we'll do the overhead here. There we go. The APU fire test. APU fire test is good. Crew oxygen on. Cockpit voice recorder test is done, and we'll get the adheres aligning. Seatbelts on, no portable devices on, and the emergency exits are armed. So now that that's done, we'll get the passengers to start coming forward. So we're going to go first here. We're going to bring in our flight plan. There we go. And while we're on this page, we'll set our Tropo 39499. Oops, that's fairly high. And we're flying up at flight level 390 today. Cost index of 25 is correct. So we'll come over here, go into the VATSim and our weight and balance. Let's clear those out of the way. We'll get our information. We're 142 passengers today, and we could start boarding. Now we're going to come over here. We'll lower our flight in here. There she is. There's the route. Now there's an interesting thing here. I'm going to see if we can do it. I think our departure and our arrival should connect. So we'll see if we can set that up when we do our planning. We're going to come over to our fueling. Where is fueling? They changed things again. That's our flight plan. Fuel. Fuel load for today is 5297. 5297. And we'll get them working on that. And we can carry on with our checks. So we'll do the annunciator lights. Everything is nicely lit up. Good probe and window heats are due auto. APU is currently off. Aircraft temperatures are set. Fuel pumps are off. We'll do the not sure what that is. Where that's come from. Let's do a... Oh, that's what it is. Somebody spawned it on top of me. Well, please go away. You know, look around. You're spawned on another aircraft. What a pain that is. Alright. Flight directors are on. And we'll grab the weather. A little bit breezy. Winds are 290 at 19. And the barrel, and I'm just going to throw this into chat. Hi, Marietta. Marietta? How are you? So 317 is what we're going to want. There we go. 3017 is set. You're not going to move, are you? Let's see if I can see who that is. Dallas 37 or 7374. Let's see if I can send him a message. See if we can. All right, we'll see if he answers back. Send him a message. Anyway. Nick. Hi, Nick. You're confused about this departure. It's an offshore departure. So Barrow is set. EFIS is set. Speeds are fine. I'll do an initial 10,000 for departure. Just checking. We've got a couple aboves, but no hard limits. And radio 122.8. We'll just turn that off at the moment, just so we don't get blasted before I am ready. Alright, then we go to the MCDU. So, flight plan. We are departing on runway 28 left. And we're going via the offshore 2. And I think that we take the offshore 2 all the way to SXC. insert that. And then we go to San Francisco. We're going to be arriving on runway 27. It's going to be the RNAV Zulu for 27. And we're going to be coming in on the Comics 2. And our VIA will be via Comb and SXE, and we'll insert that. And I'm going to look at our route. Because we're going to take out a couple of these. We're going to take LAX out. Oop, turn. We want to remove LAX. We want to remove the discontinuity. And will let us remove one of those. Yes, it will. So from SXC, yep, Slayer, the Gen Comics. So basically we're going to fly out the departure, and once we hit the last point on the departure, which is SXC, that's the first point on our arrival. I don't know why it gave us that high flight level, because I don't think we're going to make it. But we can see what happens. Yeah, the exit point, the last exit point on the SID is the entry point into the star. So there's no en route portion really. 470 miles. We should be good to get up to that altitude. All right. So do I need any nav aids as we head off? No, everything is waypoints. We'll put in SXC, which is 111.4. So we'll have that in as a reference. IFR clearance, there's still no ATC, so we're self-cleared. The IRSs should now be aligned. They are. And he's still sitting on top of you. Alright, okay, so flight plan. Let's take a look. Quickly, we'll go over it. I just heard back from the guy who's sitting on me. Just apologize. He didn't see me. Don't know if he's going to move or not. So we're currently sitting here at Terminal 3 and the F gates. We're going to back out. And we're going to take Alpha. We'll go up to Kilo. Or Kilo to Bravo, get out of the way of these gates down here. Nick, no. So you leave SXC, which is now the first point on the arrival, and you just continue down the arrival into San Diego. So we'll go Bravo, then down to Foxtrot, crossing one right. Or one left, one right, and then take Foxtrot all the way down. For our departure, you can see here, we're going to be departing off this way, so we're going to come out to the first waypoint, make that left turn out to Whammy, then we're going to fly down Seagull, Cypress, out towards Mickey here by Los Angeles, then we're going to come back out over the water to Daisy, down to Bennett, and then there's SXC, which is the VOR I just put in. And SXC is the entry point here. And we're going to go to Slayer, down here to Comics, all the way down to Cloman. And once at Cloman, that is our transition point into the arrival, where we'll come around and come in and do the RNAV for runway 27. So that is the plan for the flight. And we'll just get rid of that now. We're still loading. And takeoff briefing is done, and squawk we'll put in 2000.
Boarding completed.
All right, so boarding is complete. Buddy is still sitting on me. Not much I can do about that. So we'll come down here. We'll just do a boarding check. Everything is done. There's our
Ladies and gentlemen
payload.
from the flight deck, on behalf of
And
myself,
we
the
are
captain, the
set.
first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
So our takeoff weight is 62.5, and that means we have a toga takeoff today. And our V speeds are 130, 132, and 139. So block fuel of 62.5, or takeoff weight. That's not what I want. Block fuel of 5.2, 5.2, and our winds are a tailwind of 34 knots. There we go. So that's now in. We can go to our performance, and the calculator, still the old one, haven't got the new one yet. 132 and 139, and it'll be a flaps 1, and we're not flexing, we're going toga today. All right, so that is all entered in. We'll get the APU now up and running. Flap open. APU's coming on. We'll throw the wing lights on. Beacon lights coming on.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
We are set on our V speeds. And we have a V1 of 130 and a V2 of 139. And what I'll do here while waiting, let's do pushback. Plan the pushback. We're going to push back to the line, same line as the American there. I think that's dark. All right, so we'll do a straight push. About there, and then we're going to make our Turn. And line up. There. And we'll request the push.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
All exits are clearly marked with a sign overhead if necessary.
Alright, they're moving in. APU is up and running. APU bleeds are now on. And external power is now off. We'll switch over to 122.8 on the radio.
Place the mask over your nose and mouth, pull your elastic bands around your head, and tighten the straps on both sides. Even though the bags are not tight, oxygen will be flowing. Be sure to put your mask on first before helping others. And we'll let you know.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Oh, it's a little
You're cleared for
disconcerting.
start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start.
So
the
windows
engine
and doors are locked,
sequence.
cockpit doors locked,
It will start in the
fuel
sequence.
pumps are on. Beacon light is already on. San Francisco area traffic, Caribou 5556, pushback and engine start.
San Francisco traffic, American 1549 will taxi via Alpha Foxtrot, cross runway 19 right, run 9 left, and hold short runway 28 left.
Alright, transponder is now on. And we are good to start. So, engine starter is over. Looks like he's got some custom scenery. Fuel pumps are all on. Starting engine number 1. There goes dark. And put that back over to that page. Looks like I got a newbie here on VATSim that was sitting on top of me, asking me questions. Good start on engine number 1. Now starting engine number 2. A bit of a haze out here today.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Cleared to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Right, we should see the pushback cart leave. Get rid of that since he's now gone. There he is there, and sounds like the engine's almost up. There's the bus engaging, and we are available. So mode selector back to normal. APU bleeds off. APU is now off. Over to our before taxi. So auto brake goes to maximum. Spoilers are armed. Flaps go to 1+. F, engine anti-ice not required. Flight controls. Full left, full right, full forward, full back, full left rudder, full right rudder. Steering pin has been removed. Pitch trim is 0. See how she is when we take off with that. And rudder trim is correct. Take runway turnoff lights and taxi lights are on.
Delta,
We are good to taxi.
Delta 724, my check.
Loud and clear. San Francisco traffic, Caribou 5556 taxiing to runway 28 left via Alpha Foxtrot crossing 1 Lima, or 1 left, 1 right to holding point Foxtrot for 28 left. And we got quite the roll going.
San Francisco traffic, American 1549, lined up runway 28 left.
San Francisco traffic, Caribou 464, push back and start, stand 80.
TO config is done, and we'll ding the cabin. Oh, I can see dark pulling out way down there in the mist, or the haze, or whatever this is.
San Francisco traffic, American 1549, departing 28 left on the offshore to departure via Romeo Zulu Sierra.
Well, the last update I did generally has increased the thrust from these engines at idle. She's rolling along at a good pace here with 0 throttle. I'm going to watch the brakes, and there goes Dark Fury. Oh, I'm not sure what that was. But, looked like he hit something. I don't know, Dark, did that happen on your end? Seemed like nose down there for a second. Come over to the map in VATSim. There's a couple aircraft inbound, but they're still a little ways out. So the outside air temperature is 17 degrees. I don't know why it didn't give me a flex for this. I should get a new calculator. That's just something I haven't done. We're a little fast here. Start slowing her up. Oh, Dark's in the air. was just a weird syncing glitch that I saw.
San Francisco traffic, Caribou 464, taxiing to 28 right.
Alright, before takeoff, cabin crew is notified. Landing lights coming on, strobe lights on, nose wheel to takeoff. Anti-ice not required, packs are on, TCAS is TARA, and tilt above. Weather radar, predicted wind shear are both on, weather mode WX plus T, and takeoff memo no blue. San Francisco traffic, Caribou 5556, taking position runway 28 left for departure on the offshore 2 at San Francisco.
San Francisco traffic, 17 p.m. east back, 28 right.
Alright, so he's going on a 28 right, which is right across from us there. Definitely a hazy day here in San Francisco, down on the bay. Alright, brakes are set, engine's coming up to 40%. San Francisco traffic, Caribou 5556, rolling 28 left. Takeoff power set, Mantoga SRS runway enabled. It's 100 knots. V1 rotate. 15 degrees, positive rate, gear up, spoilers disarmed. Thrust levers to climb. Autopilot engaged. Start the clock. Oh, it was a rudder issue? Yeah, it looked weird. Almost like there was a like a terrain conflict, and it bounced your aircraft. We're above S speed, so flaps coming up. Speed coming back to 250. I definitely see that haze out there today. The aircraft behind us. There's Senzi, where we make our left turn. Should actually be going to Whammy. There we go.
San Francisco traffic, Calgary 464, we have 28 left.
got that working now. There's 10,000 feet coming up. So with the taxi lights off, landing lights down and retracted, and the wing lights will come off as well. And I'll let the peoples do their thing in the back. Initial 10,000 feet, we're going up to flight level 390, so we're cleared higher. And there we go. Continuing our climb, we have to be about 1,600 feet at seagull. So it should be alright. Semicolon. I like that name. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. And now that we're in the air, let's bring up the map. I wish I would remember where how this is sized and everything. When we go in, I remembered this time. We'll go to world route, we'll shrink that menu down, and we are, however, going to unload the flight just so we can see the coastline there and where we are. North California shore. Then we got the heading southbound here. Leaving San Francisco in Northern California. Again, we're on the Whammy, or the offshore 2 departure, heading towards from Whammy to Seagull. We're going to make our restriction no problem. Oh, well, thanks for dropping by, Semicolon. Hope you enjoy. We're doing a tour right now. It's our Monday stream. And we're heading from the top of Alaska to the bottom of South America. So America's north to south. And today's leg is San Francisco down to San Diego. And happy birthday, by the way. And Nick's up. So all three of us are now in the air. Crew on, we're cleared above transition level, so we will, oh, we don't want that way, we want that way. We'll go into standard pressure. As we fly down the coast. And again, this is the offshore departure, so most of it will keep us offshore, as mentioned. Coming up for 18,000 feet, I think we can turn on the radio. So let me just see what I can grab here. It's not too long. It's about an hour and 40-minute flight time. Put on a little bit of music in the background as we fly along. Oh, the stream will be for the length of the flight, so it'll just be over 2 hours. We did the whole setup on the ground at San Francisco where we started. The flight's about an hour and 40, and then there'll be the shutdown and everything once we're on the ground in San Diego. And next week we do the next leg from San Diego as we keep heading southwards. So we have a variety of different things that we do. Some of them are general aviation flights, such as we're currently on Wednesdays doing Route 66 in small little single prop airplanes, and to the airliners. So we're doing a round the world trip in the DC-6 as well. That's on Sundays. So there's a lot going on, and all of the flights I do, the streams, are all open for people to join in. So members of the community come along and they fly as well, as Nick and Dark Fury are doing today. And they're open. Some of them are VATSim, such as this flight. Some of them are on multiplayer. So they're open. I put the Discord link in the chat. If you're interested, you can come by, say hi, and join us on the flight. So picking up Dark on the TCAS now. That's good. Hey, Robert. Hello. How are you doing today? Everything seems to be going very well. Get the view off the wing there. And of course, we're also flying our channel livery, Caribou Airways. Supporters of the channel get access to Caribou livery for aircraft such as the A320, the DC-6, the Citation CJ-4, the Twin Otter, all have liveries done for them. So again, if you're interested, you can come over to the Discord and get more information there. Hey, everybody's got to start somewhere, and we're willing to help. I have some videos on my YouTube channel that show you what it's like and what you can hear at the various different levels, from clearance delivery to ground to tower, center, and approach and all that. How to read charts. There's tutorials on reading the charts so that you can be up to date with all the information. And yeah, always willing to help somebody get into it, because it's a lot of fun. And again, we're on VATSim right now, but there's no controllers up in the area, so it's fairly quiet. We're just basically on Unicom, which is announcing our intentions on a common channel. But yeah, we're more than happy to help you get started on VATSim. Cruising down the California coast here, coming up towards Salinas, and then Big Sur. Big Sur, I think, is a big surfing area out here in California. And it's a beautiful day to go flying. We're not going to have far to go before our top of descent, unfortunately. So it's not that long of a flight. But I'm going to leave you with an outside view here as we cruise along. I'm just going to pop off to the galley for a second, and I will be back in a minute or two. Alright, I'm back. So we're almost at Cyprus. And then from there we head towards Mickey. So one of the issues I had last time when we were flying into San Francisco was commercials. Was the descent and using the managed mode for the descent within the aircraft. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to plan early, and I'm going to really monitor what we're doing. So for the arrival, I'll bring up the arrival chart so we can see it. So for the arrival here at SXC, we have to be between flight level 290 and 250. So I'm going to target 250 to try to bring it down on the floor of all these things. So we're going to set a target for our calculation for 250. Come over here to the pad. And we bring in our performance calculator for our top of descent. Oh, Dark Fury, thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated, sir. Greatly appreciated. Alright, so once we get up to our cruise altitude, we'll be able to see how many miles out we need for our descent. Should be about 40 miles, maybe a little bit less. And then what we'll do is we'll set a fix up and enter that in. The other thing I'm going to do is grab my winds. And I'm going to enter all the winds in. So if we go over to wind and temperature, not worried about climb. Sorry, next phase, or cruise, but we want descent winds. So we're going to enter in our descent winds off the flight plan. So 329 at 33 at FL. Can't remember if this is the right way to do it. No. This is 390. I thought they were taking it into account, which is why everybody was doing it. Well, we'll put it in anyway. It's not gonna hurt. Elkie, hey, how's things with you? Good to see you. It's getting late for you over there, isn't it? 357 39. That's at 2,000 or 20,000 feet, and then it's 355 at 16, flight level 100. Okay, so that's all our winds entered in now. Hey, Kevin. Was approach up at one point? Oh, I didn't see them up at any point. Maybe they'll come back. Alright, so that's all the winds are in. We're almost up to our cruise altitude. So I still don't know why, in that case, Dark, I was so far above what the profile would be for the descent. Like, why it was so far out. Okay, it's Dark Fury's in front of me. It's me and Nick is behind. So we're almost up to 39,000 feet. Past Monterey, heading down towards St. Louis Obispo. California coastline. So I said 40, there's 43. I'll call it 45 miles. We're going to go to here. We're going to enter the fix. The fix is going to be for Sierra X-Ray Charlie. And we're going to set up a 45 mile radius. And we'll see how that plays out. So we're cutting back in towards the coast. This is the Mickey waypoint coming up, and if you were flying into LA, you get lots of those types of things.
Gentlemen, once again, for flight, thank you, Captain speaking. We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seat elbows clear from the aisle, as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating with the
So you can get your peanuts and your chips and your drink. We're not too far. Top of descent's already appearing on the page here. So it's saying we should be at the airport in 50 minutes. If we zoom out a little bit more, we can already see our ring where we've said we want to start our descent to get down to 25,000 feet by the time we hit SXC. And you can see how much further in it's drawn the top of descent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this myself down to SXC, and then I should be at 25,000 by then, and then we'll go into manage and see if we can hit the next one, which is lead gen between 19,000 and 15,000. So we'll see.
Celebrating 70 years in the trucking industry, Gardewine is proudly Canadian. With over 30 terminal locations across Manitoba and Ontario, Gardewine serves more than 3,500 communities in Canada. Gardewine is
no problem, Okie. I mean, yeah, work happens.
Close to home. If you want to operate
But Dark, you're doing the.
you want to join the Gardewine family. Visit drivegardewine.com for all available positions.
From Mickey, you're heading down over LAX. Yeah, that's what mine originally said, but then I noticed that they connected, so I figured I'll just do the full Sid and the Star. Play it out that way. It originally had me going from Mickey to LAX and then down to from LAX. Marvel, Spidey, Joker. See, we head into San Francisco, of course, home of the Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. Not at the moment, Okie. We're hoping something comes up. But if I look where I'm going from SXC, I have Slayer, then Legion, Comics, Flash, Lantern, X-Men. So relying heavily on the comic side for their waypoint names. We're almost at Mickey, and then we're going to turn outbound. As you can see, that's heading up to the waypoint Daisy. Put restraints on. I will need those. Nearest ATC right now is Salt Lake Center. And San Diego, it's got 1 outbound aircraft and 6 inbound arrivals from Honolulu, Orlando, Phoenix, and us 3 coming down from San Francisco. So we're outbound towards Daisy now. And Dark's doing a straighter route over LA. To look down on the beautiful California coastline. Actually, so I'm just in this mode here. Let me go to there. Little GoPro view. Notice my map is a little it doesn't like that for some reason. Alright, we'll go in with a closer view. Yeah, it can be. Definitely can be, depending how you know, some of the stars are humongous. But it's all to do with traffic control. So for those of you who don't know, I picked up the Wing 42 Boeing 247D. It's an interesting airplane. They've done a really good job of modeling the aircraft. I mean, you can even have engine fires on it. After watching a few streamers and the issues they've had with fuses blowing and engine fires and that, I've made sure all the failures are turned off when I've been playing with it. But the interesting thing is learning the navigation system, which is the pre-VOR radio beam following. Yeah, you're right, Dark. I've kind of bypassed LA. But it's a fun airplane to fly, no autopilot. And to navigate properly using the radio beams, it's all manual navigation and tuning and listening to the Morse code signals. Oh, it is a handful. Kevin will tell you, he's been playing with it as well. So I'm working on something for it. Call it a limited series of flights in it. But it will, I probably won't use the radio navigation stuff. It's just flying the aircraft on manually with no autopilot, along with trying to check all the charts and the diagrams of all these radio beam airway things, and doing that while flying the airplane. It's a bit much. If there was an autopilot, I could do it, but it's a bit much. So Dark, no, I have not gotten the Concorde yet. I don't know if I will or not. I'm kind of up in the air, but oh, hang on, that Delta airline flight just beeped me. He's just asking more questions. So no, I haven't decided whether I'm going to go with the Concorde or not. I know you and Nick are having a blast with it. And while I am into the older airplanes, I just don't think that one's me. That's an interesting new sound. I haven't heard that clicking before. Those were messages coming in when I had the tab open. Interesting. So we're going to be turning just as we come up to those islands ahead of us, and then to a more southeasterly direction. That'll take us down to SXC. So hang on, just gotta answer this guy's question. So Nick, do you have to move the fuel around for weight and balance? Is that like you were hoping it would be? Where you are having to spend a good amount of time back there moving the fuel? And do you have to do it for surface cooling as well? That'd be interesting to know. So it looks like dark's almost right over Los Angeles. And we are coming up towards Santa Barbara. Yeah. You can see. So when we get out to those islands, we're going to kind of fly and parallel the coast a bit more.
Spotify listeners based on their interests, demographics, music tastes, and more. 3. Set your budget.
Auto's not that good, yeah.
Try it today at Studio.
So is it a case of you have to move it around for it to draw off the right tanks as well? So like, say tank 5 and 6 feed the engines, but you got to pull the fuel in from the outbound to the inbound to center the weight and then feed into the engines. Not really for cooling. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I guess that's not modeled. Oh, what's kind of neat in the 247 that the even when we were running the engines on the ground, you could see a little bit of smoke coming off them, and yeah, there's definitely a lot of smoke when they catch fire. You need to bring fuel in from the edges to stop wings drooping. Yeah, that's what I figured. Must be fun to fly from London to New York in 3 hours, though. No, 9 for the main engines. Wow. Well, there's 6 engines? I'm trying to remember. Is it 3 on each side? 4 on each side? A lot of engines either way. Oh, London, Barbados, yeah. That'd be a good one. This is interesting. We got constraints on and they're not showing. Even though, yeah. See, here it says it wants me at flight level 339, but I got a restriction in there. Yeah, I'll have to do this manually. 4 engines. I just couldn't remember how many were at the back and how many nozzles you would see. What was that? The Valkyrie or whatever had like 8 engines in a line at the back. Anyway, we'll start our descent when we get to the line. Not going to worry about too much because these ones seem to be definitely off. Alright, so we made that turn. This is LA, down here, the Los Angeles Basin, if you want to call it that. And SXC is actually the VOR at Catalina Island. And if you go to in my video library, I think me and I believe it's East Winds do a helicopter tour of Catalina Island. It was a lot of fun. Did a helicopter tour of Los Angeles as well, down around Long Beach and Disneyland and all that stuff. There's Catalina Island, actually, I think right down there. Right, that's Oxnard, and then Los Angeles is right behind the pillar here. Down here. the mountains around it. I did notice the one time I was in Los Angeles, surrounded by these mountains, and oh man, when I was there, the smog, it was bad. I was at an air show. This would have been in '99, I think it was. No, 2000. Yeah, it was in September of 2000. I was at an air show, and on the third day of the air show, they didn't know if the show was going ahead or not because of the smog. The visibility was so poor. Luckily, it cleared. That's the time I got to ride in the P-51 Mustang, and we went up above the smog, flying around these mountains and stuff. It was pretty cool. Alright, so we're coming up to our descent point. Oh, a little bit of turbulence there. They're doing a good job modeling that particulate matter down here in the haze with the sun reflecting on it. You can actually see it. And then over LA, that low cloud being blocked by the mountains there. So Bennett's the next waypoint, and then we'll be hitting SXC over Catalina. So again, we're going down to flight level 250.
Gardewine is proudly Canadian. With over 30 terminal locations across Manitoba and Ontario, Gardewine serves more than 3,500 communities in Canada. Gardewine is now hiring all driving positions across their Canadian network. If you want to be close to home, if you want to operate exclusively in Canada, then you want to join the Gardewine family. Visit drivegardewine.com for all available positions. That is drive, GARDEWINE.com.
So what I think I'm going to do, we're going to tell it to take a 3-degree angle, because that's what it says it calculates this at. So I just want to see how close it comes. And as per usual, once we get lower and we can lock the speed in, we'll lock it in at 280 knots.
Over 2 years, and it finally registers.
Still no ATC.
Untwist with Twizzlers.
Up in the area. Dark's over LA. So we've got 10 miles to go before we start down. Yeah, a lot of clouds just moved in. So we'll grab the current San Diego METAR, throw it into the chat. So winds are 300 at 8 knots, 10 miles visibility, few clouds at 3,000 feet, 18 degrees, and 295. So as soon as we start down, we'll go enter our information down here. That's pretty close. So we're gonna start down. I don't know why it says go up. It's 3-degree descent angle. Everything else is set. So we'll come down here now. Clear that, and we'll enter in our arrival information.
Welcome to flight deck, ladies and gentlemen. As you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for right.
San Diego traffic, Caribou 5556, leaving flight level 390 for the Comics 2 RNAV arrival. Adjustment level, and our minimum 617 feet. Alright, so that's all entered in. See that 3-degree slope is 2,700 feet per minute. So it's basing our descent path on the restrictions further in. Rid of the map now. It's Catalina Island, and Los Angeles is right over there.
And San Diego traffic,
I think that's dark. He's kind of distant, so he's a little bit broken up. It's 280 coming up. Of course, your Mach speed increases as you descend because it's higher speed and denser air. We go over there, we'll switch that over and lock it in at 280. And you can see we're fighting the wind push here. It's hard to see it on here, but you can see our bird is offset, so that's showing this is our course, but we're actually pointing this way. Speed's still creeping. Well, we're going to be in the window anyway, which is between 290 and 250. Let's see how close we get to 250. And then I'll go to managed at that point because we have no restriction at Slayer. There we go. Turn the radio off, get our seat belts and our no portable devices signs on. So there's 275, we got 4 miles to go. Oh, did it? Oh, dark. Yeah, I hate when that happens. So we're pretty much bang in the middle. That's fine. We're going to go back to this mode. And I think we'll just go into manage descent. Bring ourselves right down to 6,000 feet is that bottom target. We'll see how we do. Yeah, the last time I had that happen, it was I was setting up the stream, and I'd set up the sim, and I don't think it had actually loaded in. It was I'd set it up on the airport, and I was doing the load into the field, and it shut down when it was doing that. And that was about a week ago. I haven't actually had it shut down in flight for a while. That's horrendous. Very frustrating. So at Legion, we have to be between flight level 190 and 15,000. We're going down at 10,000 feet per minute at the moment. We'll see where that puts us. We'll see if we have to take over again. A few aircraft leaving San Diego now. I don't understand these guys who fly on VATSim with no aircraft type. Although he looks to be a little single engine bug smasher, but no flight plan. Wow. Back up towards Los Angeles, and San Diego is down over this way. So LGM between 190 and 15,000, comics between 15,000 and 12,000, Lantern above 9,000. And then X-Men above 7,000 and Clawman 6,000. We'll see how it does. Can't remember what that squiggly line means. If it's resume steeper descent. We'll see. Should get TCAS warnings soon. We're flying in towards some aircraft. Well, there's the path coming down. Yeah, we're going to a steeper descent to intercept. Put some speed brake out. Just hold that speed. Back online. I don't think we'll be down at 15,000, but we should be down around 19. A rather steep descent profile. Let's get TCAS below. pressure was 29er at 905. Set and cross-checked. So the CDU landing performance is done, TCAS is done, approach briefing is done, nav aids are set, anti-ice is not required, constraints are set, seatbelt signs are on, passenger signs are on, barrel is set.
And then Palmer traffic Cessna 55 Romeo, overflying the field from the south, 1500 going the right down 24 Ocean, Palmer.
That's the guy that had no flight plan, and I said he was a bug smasher, which he is. He's down low, about 3,000 feet. There's our next restriction at 12,000. We got a 230 knot limit at Lantern. So I'm going to bring us down to 260 now. Yeah, that's a nickname they have over here, bug smashers. Because you get out on one of those days when there's a lot of bugs in the area, oh man, you are seriously getting some window cleaning lessons in after that. Alright. So I think the little line, squiggly line, means re-intercepting the descent path. So we're heading down for 9,000. Bring that speed back again. Aircraft inbound, he's below. Is a PA-32. So it's not a concern.
Palmer traffic, Cessna 55 Romeo is turning right base, 24 Palmer.
And we're going to go to a see if she'll handle the speed restriction.
Traffic Cessna 55 Romeo, third and final, 24, full stop, Palmer.
Alright, so speed restrictions are set. We are descending, we're coming down for 10,000 feet. Yeah, it seems like it's not calculating properly. This is the second time I've done it where it's put me, it would have been way high, so it's a little bit frustrating. I mean, they're doing good to get it to where they've gotten it. I wish they could get that sorted as well, but in the meantime, I'll just keep doing it manually. Alright, so there's 10,000 feet, lights coming on.
All traffic 55 Romeo, 24, Alpha 4, Palmer.
And it's an RNAV, so landing systems not required. And we're coming up towards San Francisco or San Diego. There's our hold for 9,000. That should switch in a second to 7,000. gone into approach, but she's already kicking all the way back, which I don't want. Not yet, anyway. Keep the speed up. Yeah, no, I've still got my speed brake out. Problem is, if I don't have it out, she kind of gets away from me. Speed-wise, you can see she's in idle. She's still accelerating. Oh, should be leveling now at 7. And we'll make the next turn, which is 6,210. Yeah. So we go to 210 on the speed now. Going down to 6,000. Seems to have all these in, so I'm going to set our altitude down to below our intercept on the approach. So I'll set it 2,000 for now. Missed approach is 2,500, so set that now. So we do. We've got a mandatory 6,000 feet, 210 knots. Take her down to green dot now. Should follow the arc around. And Nick's coming in behind. We lost dark on this flight, unfortunately. Airport's over that way. First notch of flaps. Now, where are you going after Nando? Manual. I don't want you going manual. That. There we go. That's better. Flaps 2. go low on the brakes. Be a left-hand exit when we get onto the runway. San Diego. We're a little bit slow, but that's fine. No, I don't mind the reminders, Oki. I do forget sometimes, but I found in manage mode she tends to go a little too steep to maintain speed, so I gotta put in a little bit of help. There's 3,700 feet coming in. Say we gotta be at 3,200. Descending 3,200. Slowly make the curve. There's the airport.
$2,500. 2,500.
It's 2,700. And Rebo will go down to 2,000. Let's hit the approach to see if it would go do that. Doesn't seem like as it wants to. That's fine. We can do the visual from Reboot. Alarm the speed brakes. We're not going to need them again. Gears down 3 green. Speed brakes armed. Flaps reset. Lights are on. And cabin has been notified. Looking good. 2,000 feet coming up. There's Reboot. There's the glide marker. Don't know if it would have followed it down or not, but one of the flaps full. Slight headwind just off the right nose. San Diego traffic, Caribou 5556 established on the RNAV approach, runway 27, 5 miles, San Diego.
$1,000.
So we come in over the highway here. We're looking good. I think I see 4 whites. Those are lights.
500.
Just kind of doing it by eye
100
now.
above. 400. 400.
San Diego traffic, Caribou 464 established
400.
runway 27.
300.
5 miles.
Yeah, I'm doing it on I'm too flat here. Should have been on a steeper approach at a higher altitude, but that's fine. Slightly high.
200. 200.
Oh, we're landing, by the way.
200. 200. 200.
Quite the displaced threshold.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Reverser's on. Nose down. Nick's behind us. 70 knots. We'll roll up to the next one. Manual braking is off. I'm not sure what I was doing wrong there, why the approach mode wouldn't go in, unless they've changed it. Maybe Nick can tell me later what I did wrong. Oh, welcome to San Diego, everybody. We're going to Terminal 2 East, which is right over here. The bigger building. Flaps up. I'll make sure they are disarmed. Get all the lights off. Strobe lights are off. You off, and you off, and you go to standby. There's our gate. Well, it wasn't bad. I have to figure out the R and P and RNAV approaches in this airplane. A little low coming in, but we got her in. Let's get her up to the blocks. I think we'll put her there. Parking brake on. We should be able to see Nick coming in. There he is. Much better landing than I just did. And he's down. Alright, so here we are on blocks. Parking brake is set. We'll turn off the nav aids and flight directors can come off. FCU is fine. NDs will set back to 10. ARC and clear. NTA's not required. Ground power is now connected. Engines coming off. Fuel pumps coming off. Beacon light is off. There we are. Electrical's all up and running. Get rid of the seatbelt sign. Portable devices sign. And where is my... services? That's what I want. Get the jet bridge over. All right. Here we are. Welcome to San Diego, everybody. Yeah, probably doesn't. Although I'm wondering if the green dot for the descent path works, where if even though it won't do it in that manner, if you can fly that green dot down for the path, Yellow Rhino, hello, welcome. We just arrived in San Diego for the end of the flight. I know it also said it was a 3.5 degree pass, so if I'd put that in and then used that as the descent to stabilize it down, I don't know. We'll have to see. It would have been interesting in bad weather, definitely. But other than that, it seemed to work out very well. So once again, everybody, thank you very much for joining us today on the stream. If you haven't already, consider giving it a like. Subscribe to the channel. All our live streams are community flights, and you can come and join us either on VATSim or multiplayer, airliners, 172s, antiques, modern day aircraft. We do it all. Once again, I will throw the Discord into the chat, and I'm also going to put up the schedule. Our next flight is on Wednesday. We are back in the small GA airplanes flying Route 66. And we're currently in the great state of Oklahoma as we are down there doing what we do there. And that is on Wednesday, so I hope to see you then. And if you're interested, come over, join the Discord, and you can fly along with us as well in all sorts of conditions. So once again, thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.